in Czech or Slovak, thinking outside the box. Did you hear the expression thinking outside the box? Do you have the same expression in?
No, we use English.
You?
We use English when
Do
you
you?
want to say yes.
Co to znamená?
Mimo zaběhnuté koleje. Myslet mimo zaběhnuté koleje. Ne, outside the worn out tracks or something. Outside tracks.
Oh, okay. So it's a little different. In English, we say outside the box. So it's a very interesting expression. Thinking outside the tracks or thinking outside the box, because it suggests that there is a box or that there are tracks which we can think outside of. And it's true. And in ancient Buddhism, in the 2nd century, a teacher who was descended from the Buddha, and his descendants also went to Japan, and Dogen was one of those. Nagarjuna uses the Sanskrit word samskrta. Sam means together, and skrt means to construct or to build. So samskrta is the past participle, which means constructed, so constructed together. So something that's constructed together. And I don't think Nagarjuna had the phrase thinking outside the box, but samskrta means the box. They created something in which we are living. And for human beings to live together, we need to be able to communicate and work together. So we built a system which I will call the box. And this system is fantastically good. It's so good that we don't know it's there. So we live inside a box, but we're not aware of it. And it's that very box that causes our stress and anxiety and all the other problems of living in society. If you take those beautiful dogs outside and put them in a big box, they come up to the edge of the box and they go, I want to get out, I want to get out. And we're doing all this, the same as those dogs, we're doing that all the time. Part of us is going, and the other part is saying, no, no, stay in the box, stay in the box. In the box is safe. In the box is the right place to be. We need to be in the box. We need to for secure future and to be safe and to be happy. We need to be in the box. So we have this conflict, but we don't notice it. So if you put those dogs in the box, they have anxiety, and they express their anxiety. But we express our anxiety in many different ways. But often instead of making a noise, secretly in ourselves, we want to get out of the box, but we don't tell anybody. So to everybody else, we say, I'm happy in the box. Yes, isn't it a nice box? It's a good box. But inside ourselves, sometimes, it's very hot in here.
Shall I open the door?
Yes. Now, some people, for various reasons, many different reasons, aren't in the box, or half in the box. For instance, if you take people or children who have some difficulty with learning, very simple people, they're not in the box. So often they can be rather happy, and they can be rather happy with whatever's happening to them. But for most of us, we're trained when we're small, when we're a baby, slowly we're trained what the box is and where the edges of the box are, and this is called education. So by the time we become young adults, majority of people have been very well trained to be in the box and not to remember about the box. It's not there. But some people, do you have the word eccentric?
Eccentric. Yeah. The same.
Some people, often we call them eccentric, or we might say strange person. Don't stay in the box. Either they didn't learn properly to be in the box, or they realised, I don't like this box, it's nice outside. Now, the teachings of the Buddha are about realising that there's a box and that there's outside the box. And how to look into the box from outside, how to look out of the box from inside, and how to get out of the box if we're inside. So in Buddhist teachings there are rules. For instance, obey the rules of society. So you have to respect the box, but it also talks about being free and being one with the universe. Well, you can't be one with the universe if you're in a box. So in one sense, that aspect of the Buddha's teachings is a kind of revolution to teach us how to notice the box, get outside the box when we want to, keep in the box when we should. I didn't keep in the box the other day. I walked across the road when the traffic light was red and the policeman made me pay some money. I broke the rules of society. So, what are the ways for us to notice that we're in a box and to find out what's outside the box? Well, one way, which was very helpful for me, is to go and live in a completely different culture. Because if you go to live in a different culture, you are in somebody else's box. And I remember for the first 3 or 4 years in Japan, I thought these people are crazy. Strange, crazy people. And then after 10 years I realised, oh, I see, so this is their box and I'm in it, so I better learn how to be in their box. So I did. And the man who was my brother-in-law, my Japanese wife's brother-in-law, used to tell me I was more Japanese than Japanese. Because I knew what their box was like, clearly. They don't know what their box is, but I knew what their box is because I came into it. So that's one way. Go to a completely different culture. What's another way? Speak a different language, because that's also the same. I'm learning Czech very slowly. I'm finding different ways of saying, even different ways of looking in Czech and English. And I'm sure you know that. So, not so big sometimes it's very big. And I found that in Japanese, I almost using a different part of my brain to express myself in Japanese. So, another way to get out of the box. Third way to get out of the box, do something crazy. Well, that's yeah. Do something dangerous. Do something unexpected. Do something which frightens you. Do something which makes you feel insecure. There are all ways to get out of the box. If you do something crazy, you have to accept the result. If you do something unexpected, same. So we can work out which is the best way to get out of the box. But if we just sit and think, how shall I get out of the box, it never works. Because we're thinking from inside the box how to get out of the box. So our thinking is inside the box. And we want to get outside the box. So we need some other kind of thinking. Or something. Well, 2,500 years ago, a man called Gautama found a way to get out of the box. And it was a strange way, because it was nothing to do with thinking. It was connected with changing his body state. And we do the same practice upstairs. We call it Zazen or Dhyana. And Dhyana is a practice of noticing the box we're in and finding out how to get out of it. The only way to get out of the box that really works is just to step out of the box without thinking about it or worrying about it, because worrying is something about inside the box, without being anxious about it, because anxiety is about being inside the box, without thinking about the future, because the future exists inside the box. So there's only one way to get outside the box, and that's to step outside the box. And descendant of Nagarjuna, 13th century monk Dogen, called this action. He used the word action in Japanese. And by action, he means just stepping outside the box. Throwing away our thinking and our feeling and just doing. But it's very, very difficult for people who are used to being inside the box just to step out, just to do, just to act. We've got many, many thousands of reasons why we shouldn't do it. And all these reasons are the reasons which we were trained to believe. Their beliefs are very strong. I mustn't do it. I won't have any money. How will I live? It's frightening. It's scary. I can't do it. I don't know where I'm going. Dogen, in his writings, used a metaphor of standing on top of a tall pole. It's 100 feet tall. And standing on the top of the 100-foot pole, he says we should step forward. Can you imagine standing on top of a pole and stepping forward? It's crazy. So that action, that movement, is the most basic and essential part of the teachings. It's not connected with thought or understanding. It's not connected with whether you're excellent or stupid, because stupid people can step very easily. We call them stupid because they don't know where the box is. Well, they're very lucky sometimes. And we can try in our lives to take these almost impossible, stupid steps and then see what happens. But to do that, we have to change our view of life. I have a life, I have a story. My story is very detailed. I have a history, and I hope I have a future. So I can keep telling myself the past and the future. This is me, this is my story, and I'm on the way to the future. So to take a step outside the box or from the top of the pole is to drop off or throw away past, the story, my story of my past, future, my story of my future, and just to do. So it's stupid. My teacher, his second name was Nishijima, and his first name was Kazuo, normal Japanese man's name, Kazuo Nishijima. But when he became a monk, he decided he wanted the name Gudo, and Gudo means stupid way. And the reason he wanted the name Stupid Way, or Gudo, is because he realized from studying Dogen how important the stupid step is. Now it's very scary, because once we make the stupid step, we start thinking about what we did. Oh no! God, how could I do that? I made a wrong decision there. Oh, if I hadn't done that, things would have been much better. And we know, we're back in the box. So we step out and then woo, back in. So it's like, So I'd like to urge everybody to learn how to step outside the box, and when you're after your step, just find that you're worried and anxious and you made the wrong decision. So what can you do then? Take another step. And then what? Take another step. And Dogen says that these steps which we take are our life itself. Our life is not a story in our minds or the story we share with each other. My name is Mike. Thomas came from Budapest. All these stories. But actually our life is stupid steps. Stupid steps. Stupid steps. And surprisingly, if we're able to notice our real life separate from the stories, we are always taking stupid steps. But we cover those up with our stories. And our stories give us security. I know what I'm going to do next week, so everything's okay. I don't know what I'm going to do next week. Oh, I'm worried. And so on. So this is what I want to say today about taking stupid steps to find out what's outside the box. So what do you think?
Many of us are parents. We have children,
Yeah,
and we are caring about them,
yeah,
and we are worried about if we are doing okay,
Yeah.
and in the future
Yeah.
if we should stop or not.
Yeah.
And then we are very bound to these relationships.
yeah,
And this is difficult sometimes to make this stupid step because of these worries.
yeah,
Worries about if we are doing not for ourselves but for the children good.
Yes.
But this is also stupid thinking, but we are doing this.
yeah, it's true.
This is my experience.
So you can hold your children's hand and step outside together.
Yes,
Usually it's vice versa.
much difficult than if
Yeah.
we are alone. Okay.
Yes, so fortunately and unfortunately, I don't have any responsibility because my daughter is 46 and she lives in Australia, and so I don't have anything to be responsible for. So it's easy for me to say. Yeah, it's true. And this is the reason why Dogen wrote, if you want to find the truth, you need to leave family life, is what he wrote. And this sounds a very strange expression, quite shocking really. And many groups of Buddhists have interpreted the meaning to mean, you know, leave your partner, leave your children, just love your Zen master or whatever and go towards the truth. But he doesn't mean that. He means that you can still take your stupid steps. You don't have to reject your husband or your wife or your partner or your children. But if they stop you taking steps, then you're stopping yourself. They're not really stopping you, you're stopping yourself.
Yes.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's a bit more difficult.
It's more difficult, yeah. So you know more than me about that because I don't have that feeling.
Yeah.
unfortunately, when my daughter was 3 years old, my wife then ran off with my best friend. So she took the daughter with her. So I didn't bring my daughter up. So I don't have that experience. So it's easier for me to say something. But on the other hand, for me, that was a benefit in some ways. It's happy and sad, two sides.
May I ask, like many people do something to temporarily shock outside the conventions, like
Yeah.
bungee jumping or even stupid thing like playing Russian roulette.
Yes.
And temporarily they feel
Great.
that it's something different, right? What Buddha meant by stupid step and by taking, you can take drag and temporarily
Well,
shock outside.
it's different, but essentially it's the same. If you're going to bungee jump, you stand on the edge of the bridge and they connect something here and you're standing there. And at one instant you have to jump. So that's the meaning. So bungee jumping is the same as the Buddha's teaching, although it's completely different in another way. Essentially, if we can learn to take, go now,
I can definitely suggest to try that, because this one little step, physically you don't want to do it. It's so wrong.
Yeah, wrong. Yes.
You did this bungee jumping?
Similar. It was rope, and then it was free fall, and then it slowed you down just above the ground.
Right.
So you just stepped on the
Right.
ground in the last few meters. But it was this. I couldn't. But there are people behind me, so I thought, okay, this is how I go. But if it was just me, maybe I wouldn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mike, and how can you use meditation to get out of the box? And how can I do it every day?
Because when you're sitting in zazen, you are outside the box, and you can see the box. It's going round and round, coming and going. It's like there's a box going round in 3 dimensions. All the problems and anxiety comes tipping out the box, and then it disappears for 1 second, and then it comes back again. So the reason that zazen is sitting beyond the box, because it's outside sometimes and inside sometimes. The reason for that is because zazen has a physical effect on our whole body and mind, because as everybody knows now, the body and the mind are 2 aspects of one thing. So we say they're connected. So your mental state and your physical state are connected, we say. In Buddhism, they say it's the same thing. It's just 2 sides, this side and this side. Mind, body. But there's something which is both mind and body. So it sounds crazy to say so, but sitting in zazen is to learn what the box is and sitting outside it. That's why it's difficult. Sometimes we feel it's too much, or sometimes we feel floating. There's no box, there's no nothing. But often we feel like everything's turning around inside us, or sometimes we are at the edge of the box for the whole of zazen, and nobody opens the box. And then we say, oh, my zazen was terrible today. But it wasn't. Just you can see that you were inside the box the whole time. and then maybe tomorrow you can look over the edge.
To do it over and over.
Yeah, you're doing it.
I'm doing
You are doing it. So my words make beautiful images about this kind of stupid stepping and getting rid of anxiety, but those words are more beautiful than what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is what you are doing. You're doing it already. But because my words sound more beautiful, you say, oh no, I'm not doing that. So people say, oh, I'm sitting in Zazen, and people say that's enlightenment. No, I'm not enlightened. No, not me. Because the words make an idea which is rather beautiful. And human beings are very, very clever at taking words and making beautiful dream, which is completely different to reality. We're so excellent at it. It's our most excellent characteristic, and it's our worst characteristic. Both. I think, strangely, Buddhism has created its own boxes. So now you have a Buddhist box, just the same, but you belong to a Buddhist group and you have to obey all the rules, and So they left one box and they made another box. But what the Buddha taught is not that. It's not in any boxes. So he didn't have a name Buddhism. And to be outside the box doesn't belong to Buddhism. It doesn't belong to any religion, or it belongs to all religions and all people. But we need some kind of practice to teach ourselves how to take stupid steps, if you like.
What do you mean exactly? What do you mean in detail?
Like do Zazen, or bungee jumping, or yoga, or running, or playing violin, or something where we have to just do it. And like, for instance, playing the piano, you have to just do it. You don't think about the note, you do the note. So any activity which is just doing is keep teaching ourselves just to do.
Interesting that you say just doing, because this bungee jumping I did several times, and mostly I did it not just doing.
Yeah.
I did the step, but I was very anxious at the same time.
Yeah.
I felt wrong completely.
Yeah.
I didn't even need to do it probably.
Yeah.
It was just wasted.
Yeah.
So So I thought I'm doing the step, but
You were.
yeah, but I think I was very worried about it. So
Yeah.
I didn't just do.
You did.
I did and worried about it at the same time.
You carried your box with you when you jumped.
Exactly, yes. So I did the step and the box moved with me.
Yeah.
And I jumped
So
right into the box.
Give me the box. Okay, now.
Right jump.
Yeah. So we can learn to just put the box down, then jump. We can learn that. We do learn it in our own ways. Everybody has their own way to do it. But the Buddha taught this special practice, very stupid, simple practice of sitting in the posture where our spine becomes longer and our tensions drop slowly downwards, and our nervous system becomes balanced, and in that state we don't think a lot, and we don't get caught in our feelings so much, so we're somehow balanced. And when you're balanced on the edge, it's easier to jump. To be balanced is to be on the edge. On the edge. And when you're on the edge, you can jump. So there we are. We practice zazen, so we're standing on the edge. We get used to standing on the edge, looking over. I'm only telling you a story. Don't look for the edge. There's only stories. I can't do anything else, really.
Can I ask my brother about his experience?
No.
It's because now when you're saying when we practice an instrument or go jogging or something, how we do us moment after moment. So I never asked Martin about this, but now I wonder, when you were young or a child, you spent many hours practicing the violin every day, 4 or 6 hours every day, and I have no idea how you felt. Did you felt you were just stupidly practicing, no worries, or did you?
If you're a child, you don't think that way when you're a child. With our father, no. I was kind of pushed to do it.
But how did you feel when you were practicing at that moment?
When I was very young, I didn't like it at all.
You didn't like it?
I wanted to go to play a soccer and whatever, and it was like my duty. I didn't like it.
But you were being trained to be in the musician's box.
Yeah.
Your father's box.
Yes.
So it's a little different.
My professor was the same. They just keep telling me you have to play perfectly without no mistakes. This way it's not good. It's not good.
But if you had met somebody who said, just play a note, just play the note.
Yeah.
You don't want to? Okay, don't play it.
I mean, maybe I fell in love with music, but different kind of music. That was my problem. I should have played guitar or sing or whatever, but because of my father, I was pushed to be in a classical box.
Yeah, that's right.
I have problems till now with that.
Yes. So, but you've seen outside the box.
Classical music box.
Yeah.
Something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can put it
So
down.
that's why I try to improvise, and rather improvising or creating music is much more interesting than just to be an instrument.
But also you came to live here.
Yeah, that's another story.
So it's a good illustration, really.
I did many stupid steps.
Yes.
Fast and loose.
Yeah, well done.
See, my illusion was all my childhood. My brother is more successful. Everyone loves him because he's excellent. He's winning competitions, and I had no idea that he was unhappy. To me, he looked no problem. I had problems at school.
Yeah.
So I was unhappy too. So I thought he was the successful one, and I'm a loser.
Inside he was.
Yeah.
And we do that. We don't tell other people.
But Mike, isn't it strange that the Buddhist monks who they have one of the very strict routine, right? They have every minute of the day, maybe somewhere more, but generally they have the Buddhist monks who
Yeah.
brought us this teaching through them. They practice many years, very strict routine, like.
That's a story too. Did you ever meet a monk like that?
Oh, no, briefly.
No. You did?
Yeah. When he was old man, he said, in retrospective, if I would young, I would make the routine a little less strict. I think it was too much.
Even the Buddhist monk was going. We had many stories like that. I met a group of people, they can live without eating. I met a man who is enlightened, and he said, when you're enlightened, you can float. I met a woman who had a special experience when she was 15 years old, and she is one with the universe, and she's never gone back. So there's lots of stories, but I feel it's better only to believe my own experience. I don't say those stories are wrong. I don't know if they're wrong. Maybe there are people who can fly or whatever. But for me, if I meet somebody and I can see them, I get some feeling whether it's true or not, because stories are very powerful, aren't they? So even when we're practicing zazen, we can notice that we keep inside the box. I want to open a window. I shouldn't move. My cushion's too low, but everybody's looks okay. So this is a box. So nobody said to you, you can't open a window or you can't stand up. I didn't say to anybody, you can't change your cushion or you can't leave and go for a walk or anything. But we make our own box. Of course, it's helpful too. Sitting with other people is we make our own discipline. So I should sit, everybody's sitting, so I should sit. So that's nice. But at the same time, we can notice, I'm in the box again. And sometimes we need to be. If we're doing our job at work, we can't just do what we like. We have to do what we should do. In society requires us to do. So it's not a question of throwing away the box, but noticing where we are and noticing what's outside. Some people say if you have a bird in a cage, which lives in the cage, if you open the door, the bird doesn't come out, even the door's open. It's okay.
Do you think the ancient people, was more outside the box, or the people now are
I don't know.
in the quantity, or because we say the civilization or the development of human being is going up? Okay, we are much better and better and better.
Yeah.
But I'm asking if we are going better or not.
Well, I think maybe it's only my idea. In modern times, our box is much more mental, conceptual, sophisticated. Maybe in ancient times, the box was actually walls, and if you went outside the walls, it was dangerous. Maybe. So maybe the nature of society has changed and it's become more sophisticated, so our constructs are more abstract, so it's more difficult for us to see.
And I think when I was a teenager going to high school during the communist times, we had several simple boxes. We didn't have, when I compare it to the generation I'm teaching now, the kids have so many different ways to live these days. They can travel, they can choose all kinds of lifestyles. But we only had like 3 boxes: to go to college, or to marry, or to be a working class, to go work in a factory. It's just 3, and I can notice how free they are in a way. They can choose from lots of, so it's like a supermarket of all kinds of boxes, but they are still boxes. They're free to choose which box to be locked in.
Sometimes too much choice makes them anxious. So anxiety is because we feel restrained.
Mike, is it something we could call also to step out of a matrix?
I'm not sure what the Matrix is.
Have you seen the movie?
I think I saw it a long time ago. I'm not sure whether I saw part of it.
It's very symbolic.
Yes.
Step out of the matrix. I mean, it's kind of similar to mental box. Matrix more system, society, the bullshit we see in politicians and everything.
Matrix. That's the Matrix? Okay, that's it then.
Stupid law and everything like
it's
that.
a dream. It's like a dream. We are dreaming a dream. But not living the reality. They was connected to some computer. They allowed them
with
dream
the thing on the
reality.
Piano music.
Okay.
But the physical body was a battery for some kind of
Matrix.
Okay. Well, I'm not sure. I don't remember the Matrix. But what I'm saying this morning is a kind of story or a model. So you can talk about it in a completely different way. We can talk about it as realizing Buddha nature. It's the same thing. So what is Buddha nature? Buddha nature is the nature of somebody who is awake. What is somebody who's awake? Somebody who's seen inside the box and outside the box. So we can tell many different stories about the same thing, and that's why I keep saying the same thing in different ways, because I only have one thing to say, so I put different clothes on it, and it's the same.
Do you are living outside the box or inside the box, or you are switching?
I'm switching. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I moved from England here I felt I'm stepping off the pole.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah, I know that you are
Yeah, really.
talking
then-
about this
Maybe
newer
I'm-
step. Yeah.
Maybe I'm getting into a box again.
Yes, yes.
The check box. I don't know.
Yes.
But I know there's a box.
But we
and
know
I'm in
that,
it, and I'm
okay,
now
with 70, somebody is changing
With 10 minutes.
his life so dramatically.
Yeah.
It's not usual.
No,
we don't
that's,
see- we
but
don't
you
see-
should do it.
Yes, yes.
Keep doing it.
Yeah.
Keep taking steps.
But it's quite difficult. Yes.
Because it's very difficult. It's terribly difficult.
Yeah.
It's almost impossible. But do it. Because life is an adventure.
Okay.
When I say adventure, I don't mean wonderful. I mean adventure is
Jurassic Park.
terrible. Yeah, that's right. Frightening, enlightening. It's everything. It's going into the unknown. Yeah.
But many people they are hardworking, are thinking like this. They are too tight, and they feel
Yeah.
too tight
Yeah.
in some box, and they change.
Yes. And occasionally.
Looking for something.
Occasionally somebody will take a simple step. They didn't tell anybody. They're very unhappy but outside they look very happy and they take a step off the top of a bridge or out of the window of a building. It's a different kind of step. So if we become so constrained in our box,
Constraint.
Omezený.
some people jump out of their box into death.
Yes.
My sister did.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. So, you
It's
know,
also, but it's also very
if you look at people, you think, oh, they're happy. Oh, you look at somebody, you think they're worried. But the person who's worried may be okay. The person who always looks happy may be very worried. You can't tell. Because inside we may be
I'm in similar situation to Boris. I have family, I have children, so I have
Yeah.
many routines and things and stories to go through every day. And I can't break them suddenly. It wouldn't be very selfish, and otherwise I would say,
why not?
well, because other people suffer.
Will they suffer?
Yes. I mean, I'm looking to the way how to get out of the box, see the box without destroying everything at once.
No, you'll never find the way because you're thinking about it on and on and on, and that means you never do it.
Well, I practice Zen, I sit daily. It's my hope to get this little step back to see things.
First you want to see where you're going, then you step. So you never do it. Because you can never see where you're going. Nobody can see where they're going. But we tell ourselves a story where we're going.
But we have the same discussion about the direction we are going
Yeah.
in the car.
Yeah.
But you tell us that you don't know
Yeah.
the direction. But if you look behind you, you
Yeah.
see the steps in the snow. Then
Yeah.
you see, okay, maybe.
Yes.
Because without any direction, it's
Yeah.
not possible to.
Well, there is a direction.
No?
There is a direction.
There is.
So there is a direction. We're going in a direction, whether we like it or not. So we are living our life. Our life is living us. So there's a direction. So our life is going in a direction.
Okay, then
Not
we
according-
are not deciding the direction. No.
We are not deciding from
Okay.
here, but somewhere inside.
But you did one day on one night. Okay, I go to Czech Republic. Okay, then you should do some decision, clear decision. No, it's not a life. It's,
it wasn't
okay,
like that.
Mike, please go there in Czech Republic. Nobody came to you. No, you decided.
Yeah. I decided, yeah. How did I decide?
I don't know.
By
Well, I
just
looked.
doing.
I looked to see where I was. Okay, I seem to be still going. So every day I ask myself, am I going? Oh, I seem to be going. Am I going now? Oh, I seem to be going. Okay, I seem to be going.
Mm. Okay.
And then after I thought, oh, mistake.
Mm. Then every day you check, okay, somehow.
Yeah, every day I look, where am I going? I see I'm going somewhere. So if I can follow where I'm going, it's better for me.
Mm.
If I can follow where my life is taking me, it's better.
Okay.
My life is taking me somewhere.
Okay.
Even I'm thinking what I want to do, where I want to go. While I'm doing that, my life has direction. So yes, there is direction. And we can call the direction God or nature or anything. Higher power, ultimate consciousness. I don't know, what is it? Life, genes,
Cause and effect.
cause and effect.
Destiny. Destiny.
Destiny, yeah.
You can't see
It's a universal
some cause
of
10,000 years
effect.
before. Okay.
Yeah.
There's
Maybe your
nothing
mother
more
was
than that,
in
no?
10,000
No.
years before. Was
Is it, Mike?
What?
I mean, more than the law of cause and effect, like,
What is
what is the perspective I'm talking about? Like,
I don't know really. All I can say is, fortunately or unfortunately, I never knew what I wanted to do. So I didn't think, okay, I want to be this kind of person. I want to have this kind of house. I never felt like that. So I'm always wandering like this. So that's unfortunately, I don't have so much money, I don't have a house or anything. But fortunately, I noticed that I'm going somewhere. Even I didn't plan or think about it, I'm going somewhere. So then as I got older, I thought, okay, I seem to be going okay. So maybe I try and follow where I'm going. Why
I
not?
follow where I'm going.
Yes, I follow.
It's unlogic, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
It's
It's logical, yeah.
unlogic.
Yeah.
I'm
So we
following
can explain
I'm
it.
following where I'm going.
We can explain it in many, many ways.
Like Mike, do you think to make some plans or some goals or some vision, this is wrong?
No. No, we can't live without making goals and plans. Yeah. But if we try very, very hard to make a goal and reach it, make a plan and do it, we may be disappointed
Yes.
often.
Yes, sure, this I understand. Okay.
We should ask Zuzana maybe.
Yeah, yes. I mean, she stepped into the dark. She stepped off the pole. Now, she's now got to deal with. She's stepped. So great, fantastic, wonderful. But I understand what you said, and I'm sure other people, about family. It's a very strong responsibility and feeling, which I have to some extent with my daughter. So I can't share that because I don't have it, but I can feel it, I can understand it. But I think even in that situation, you're following your life. And even in situation where you feel constrained, or you have to do for my children and so on, still you can be physically.
Yeah.
Share with your children how you feel. Say to your children, I want to live in a different way, or.
You have many concrete details. If
but I can't.
Rosa can't be with his son weekly. It's not possible to share. You should somehow fight. Maybe you should decide it if you fight or not fight. It's not so easy.
No, it's not easy, and I can't share it. I can't tell you really.
After you maybe don't fight, then you
You regret.
You regret that you didn't fight.
Yeah. I don't mean that there's a way to live where you don't have any regret or worries or anxiety. I'm talking about noticing the nature of our life. So I'm anxious because I'm in the box. Or
Thank you, Mike.
oh, finished.
Yeah, we're good.
This was a construct.
I thought you were clapping. Okay. Good. Okay. Thank you. Time.
Thank you.
Time. Back in the